Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy, the Darkest Hero QB, and today is May 27th, and we are reacting to the PlayStation State of Play. Now, this is my very first time doing something like this, so I'm not 100% good at this as of yet, as I'm not with any of my videos. But I do have a video that is coming out in response to a Sony fanatical fanboy who claims he's not a fanboy, because that's the cool thing to do these days. Just like these rappers say, I'm not a rapper, but yet they're rappers. Now we got PlayStation fanboys saying they're not fanboys and coming out and saying, you know, all this bullshit towards the Xbox brand. So that video will be coming out probably after this video. I'm not 100% sure, but you guys will be updated once those videos come out. But we're on our PS4, of course, appropriately, to check out what we have in store for The Last of Us Part 2. Now, I am one of those people who have seen the leaks, because I do not care about spoilers personally. Spoilers don't mean shit to me. I still enjoy the experience of the gameplay. That is the most important thing to me when it comes to these games. So, I'm wondering what they could possibly do to market this different and how it's going to be affected by the leaks. So, I'm not sure why it's telling me this content is, bro. That's telling me something's wrong. Okay, let's see what we can do here, because I'm really trying to check this out. If I gotta watch it on some other person's channel, I guess I will, but I'm not trying to do it. I'm trying to watch it directly from the source, and unfortunately the source is telling me my content is age restricted. I was born in '93. YouTube, fix your shit, man. Seriously, this is retarded. I don't know why I have that problem. Literally, my shit is proper, and yet I still have this issue of age restricted, and something is wrong. How is something wrong when I'm on my personal account with my personal? We're gonna just watch it from fucking GameStop, because this is being some bullshit. Okay, we haven't missed anything. It says that the show starts in like less than 30 seconds, so good. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited, because I'm still very much excited for The Last of Us Part 2. I've been waiting for this game ever since I played the first one and I beat it, and now it's almost here. And unfortunately, that means we're going to be waiting another almost decade for Part 3, if there is a Part 3. But still, let the hype commence, boys. Can we get hype in the chat? Yes! Let's get hype in the chat. Well, in their chat, not my chat, because this is going to be pre-recorded for you guys. But here we go. Let me turn it up. I'm not going to be talking that much because I'm going to be listening. But I will have reactions to things that actually cause me to react. So they're about to show it. Here we go.
I know you wish things were different.
These graphics look fantastic, by the way. I hope they look just as good on my standard PS4.
Ellie? But they ain't.
Please stop.
This game is going to be amazing. Whether we know about the leaks or not, and despite what happens, this game is still going to be fantastic. I have no doubt about that.
I'm leaving tomorrow.
To do this smart, we'd be leaving Jackson vulnerable.
So they just get to get away with this?
How'd you find us?
You can't stop this.
Damn, the game just looks brutal.
But not at any cost. I really hope you make it.
And they said this is about 20 minutes or so I guess that's how long this video will be. So I thank you guys for tuning in.
I have to finish it.
There's a cost.
from the trailer they just showed, the clip they just showed, it looks like
Maybe you should have.
well, it looks like Tommy and Ellie have gotten a lot closer since part 1, which is cool.
I'm Neil
because we get to see
Druckmann,
their
Vice President of Naughty
blossom.
Dog and the director of The Last of Us Part 2.
Here goes
We're just
Neil.
a few weeks away from launch on June 19th, when the game will finally be in your hands. The wait has been long, and we're extremely grateful for your patience, especially now in the midst of these unprecedented and challenging times. We hope you're all taking care of yourselves and that you, your friends, and your loved ones are doing well. Because of these extraordinary circumstances, we can't be together in this final stretch and share the experience like we usually would. So today we're trying something different. Something we've
Someone
never
in the
done
chat
before.
said Halo is better. Come on, dude. These games each have their own
Over the next
respective
20 minutes or
fan
so,
base.
we're going to give you an in-depth look into what awaits you in The Last of Us Part 2,
Ooh.
including new details about the gameplay experience and story. And to cap it all off, we'll be showing a never-before-seen, lengthy gameplay sequence. You'll definitely want to stick around for
Never-before-seen.
that.
Hopefully that means it wasn't from the leaks. I don't understand why people say this is better.
I was supposed to take her to the Fireflies and walk away.
Like, this is better than that. Like, bro, they're
They
on
were
their
actually
own
gonna
playing
make it
fields.
true.
Halo and Last of Us are on their own thing.
The
Now,
only catch.
I don't put one over the other. Halo is my favorite game franchise of all time.
It
But
would kill her.
Last of Us is right there with it, so...
The Last of Us Part 2 picks up Ellie and Joel's story several years after the events of the first game. Ellie and Joel have settled in Jackson, Wyoming, amongst a thriving community of survivors. With the threats of the world kept outside the town's walls, Jackson has been able to find relative peace and even stability.
Peace.
Ellie is now 19, lives on her own, and has been able to forge lasting relationships within the community.
Scale of 1 to 10. How would you rate our kiss from last
Yeah,
night?
Ellie don't need no man. She lives on her own.
However, this peace is short-lived. Jackson and Ellie suffer a violent and traumatizing event.
See, Jackson, so
Ellie
they
sets us
attacked the
back
whole
into the
thing.
treacherous outside world in search of retribution and justice.
Damn, so what happens to
Her journey will
Jackson?
take her to new parts of the country previously unexplored in The Last of Us. The story spans multiple seasons and climates, from the snow-capped mountains of Jackson to the lush Pacific Northwest. Each introduces a wide range of exterior and interior environments for you to navigate and explore, rendered in meticulous detail and unprecedented scale with the latest iteration of the Naughty Dog engine. Our goal was to make these environments not only beautiful, but feel as grounded and authentic to the cities they're based on as possible.
Grounded.
Much of the story unfolds in what remains of Seattle, a massive former quarantine zone. Its locales are incredibly diverse, spanning a dense city center with a skyline of towering high-rises to the beautiful suburbs and stormy waterfronts that surround it. The city exhibits drastic shifts in architecture, elevation, and weather. And with Part 2, we've introduced new traversal mechanics that afford greater exploration and ways to navigate threats.
So Ellie can
Ellie
actually
is not only
climb
able to
shit,
climb and
like,
jump over
unlike
gaps,
Joel.
but she can use
Good.
ropes to scale vertical terrain.
Joel
or
could
swing
climb
over
shit, but not as
allowing you to
traversally
discover
as
new
Ellie
areas,
can, from what I've
resources,
seen.
and side narratives.
Yay,
These more
rope
open environments
swinging.
also create new strategic
didn't get that in
considerations in
Uncharted.
combat, whether it's to get the jump on enemies or bypass them entirely.
Niggas is excited about jumping in The Last of Us, bro.
The Last of Us
come
Part
on.
2 features some of the largest
that big a
environments
deal.
we've ever created.
It's cool.
Horseback
for The
riding
Last
will
of
allow
Us.
Ellie to quickly cover some of these expansive terrains.
Ooh, a horse.
Some streets are so flooded that a boat is required to navigate them.
Ooh, a boat.
However, the world of The Last of Us is as lush and inviting as it is deadly. As Ellie uncovers the path to finding those who have wronged her, she must face the many threats of this unknown city. In the wake of the pandemic
I
and the
can't wait
fall
to
of the
face
quarantine
dogs.
zone, Seattle has become a war zone, where two warring factions find themselves in an ongoing conflict for territory and resources. One of these groups is the Washington Liberation Front, otherwise known as the WLF.
Wolf.
The WLF are a militia group that began as resistance to the military occupation of Seattle, and eventually wrestled control of the city from them. They are highly trained, organized, and well equipped with weapons they stole from the army. They occupy much of the city, imprisoning or killing trespassers on sight.
Hey, we got another trespasser.
That's why they're going to be really brutal. Military tactics. I like that.
On the other side of this bloody conflict is a group of religious zealots called the Seraphites, or Scars, defined by the self-inflicted deep cuts that they bear across their faces. Like the WLF, they're deeply tribalistic and territorial. They're known for being stealthy, using overgrowth as cover, and they use more silent weapons like bows and arrows.
Clipper wings.
They're gonna be very brutal to face. The Seraphites, they use stealth, and they can
Beyond
hide,
this conflict
which
among
is insane
survivors,
for an enemy.
the threat that originally brought the world to its knees is very much present.
The clickers.
Every human is in danger of falling victim to the infected.
Oh shit! We actually see that bloated thing somewhat.
They are the recently infected runners who are more numerous and aggressive in this game.
They're more aggressive runners. Wow.
The blind but extremely deadly clickers,
Here we go.
and the stalkers, who sneak and hide until they're ready to attack, surprising their victims with extreme agility and brutal violence. The Last of Us Part 2 introduces new stages of infected, such as the Shamblers. Large, heavily armored enemies that are covered in pustule. Upon getting close to you, they expel a corrosive spore cloud that burns its victims. But our most terrifying and lethal new forms of infected will have to wait until you play the game for yourselves.
There's more than just that freaking the button thing that blows up. There's more
Overcoming
new
these threats
infected.
will require careful consideration.
I'm hoping
of how
that
you
there's
approach every
animals.
combat encounter
Animal
and how you
infected would
leverage
be
Ellie's unique
insane.
skills,
Imagine a
equipment,
dog
and the
infected.
environment to your
Imagine a
advantage.
lion infected. They're in Seattle, so they have
The
these options.
WLF patrol the streets of Seattle with guard dogs, which are capable of detecting and following you, even while in cover.
Shit, so guard dogs
They can
basically
pick up your scent
means
and alert their handlers to your presence.
you will not be able
Listen
to
mode
stay in
will
the same
reveal your
spot
scent
over
trail.
and over
So
plotting
keep moving
like you were in
and cause
part 1. In
distractions
part
to
1
avoid
you could
detection.
plot for a long time by standing in one
25
spot.
years after the pandemic
Getting
began,
those
the
movement
world is
patterns
completely
down. In this
overblown.
game, with the dogs
Use tall
around,
grass
you
to hide
can't
from
do that.
enemies
You
and
have
go
to
prone
take them out
to
in
stay
order
out
to
of
be
sight.
able to do that.
However, this form of analog stealth means you're never fully hidden. If enemies get close enough, they can discover you, even in grass. When Ellie is overwhelmed, running away is a viable option. You can also break glass or crawl through tight spaces to find new paths or areas to evade or take on your enemies. In any given combat situation, you can flee an encounter and re-establish stealth to regain the advantage. If you absolutely have to fight
But
your
they
way
are
out,
showing
there are a
old
variety of
gameplay
tools
we've
at your
already
disposal.
seen, so I'm kind of
Ellie's more
disappointed with
agile
that.
than most of her
They
enemies.
said it was supposed to be
She
new
can sprint
gameplay.
and quickly dodge
I'm not sure
incoming
if they're going to
attacks.
show something.
Learning how opponents attack with different weapons and mastering the timing of your dodges will prevent you
I'm
from
gonna
taking
get
damage
dodging down
and
to a T.
create opportunities to counter.
Down to a T. I
can
might
use
not.
throwable
I might
items
do
or
a
well-placed
survival
traps to stun
playthrough
enemies
first
before dealing
to get
killing
that
blows.
experience, and then after that, do my 2
Or
rounds.
using them as a shield to protect yourself or buy some time to figure out your next move.
Okay. So yes, Ellie's knife can be used to kill a hostage,
Ellie isn't
and it will
always
not
alone.
break like the shivs.
Allies will take part in helping you navigate the environments, spot enemies, and meaningfully help you in combat encounters.
Dude, I'm so freaking excited. Looks like allies are gonna be more helpful than before. Dude, these kills is amazingly brutal. I'm loving it. And there's people in the chat
Between
actually
human survivors and the
spoiling
roaming
it for
infected,
some.
there will be
Oh
times where
my
multiple threats will
gosh,
press you,
man. I
creating
knew
new
it.
strategic considerations and opportunities. You can choose whether to attack these opponents separately and directly, or find ways to pit them against each other.
Yo, the chat
See if
is
they
crazy.
fight or wait until their numbers have thinned out and engage with whomever's left.
Yes! More cross encounters in the main game. That means that there's going to be clickers while there's hunters after you. And you can actually persuade these groups to actually conflict with each other and clear out whoever's left after the fight.
With deep systems
I
that give you
love
greater
that
control
with The Last
and
of
influence over your
Us
journey.
DLC. That was one of my favorite
As you
parts,
play,
and it's so
you'll be able to
replayable
invest
because
in
you
a
want to
broad
see who's going to
collection of
win.
crafting items,
Sometimes
weapon,
for me it was
and
the
player
hunters,
upgrades,
sometimes it was the
from
clickers,
training
and I
manuals
love
scattered
that. And
throughout
I'm
the
glad they're
environment
putting that
and
more.
scavenging for
You know,
ingredients.
they're adding that
These
more into
skills
the
and
game.
upgrade manuals cater to a variety of playstyles, and the choices you make will create your own distinct experience. We also wanted to extend that agency and personalization to your weapons through our new workbench system. Scavenge for parts to modify and improve your weapon's performance and attributes, all of which are visualized and become part of your character.
Yeah, we already seen the customization. The customization looks dope as hell. I ain't gonna lie. I like how you do it on the screen with the character. You customize the gun and they nail and file the stuff. It looks
Survival
crazy.
will also require using the parts and ingredients that you'll find in the environment, which can be crafted into a wide range of defensive and offensive items, like proximity mines, explosive arrows, pistol suppressors, and more.
I know them suppressors is going to be really helpful on Grounded. You're going to want to keep a lot of those. And they allow you to craft ammo now. I like that.
All of these gameplay systems are meant to immerse you in the world and make you feel in lockstep with Ellie's emotional journey. As we've said before, this is Naughty Dog's largest, most ambitious game. It may seem like we covered a lot, but we've only scratched the surface of what it's like to play The Last of Us Part 2. We can't wait for you to experience it all for yourself
tell me this is it.
on June 19th. Until then, here's an extended sequence of never-before-seen gameplay.
Okay, here's the
Enjoy.
never-before-seen gameplay. Let's see. Okay, Ellie is actually swimming. I mean, the leaks basically told me that she could swim, but, you know, a lot of people are going to be surprised by the fact that she's swimming, because before in part 1, we all knew you had to get those damn things for her to climb on.
Isaac's not happy about it.
Escape. The fuck are they talking
Oh, my phone doesn't stop recording. It's almost at 18. This should keep going, hopefully. I'm gonna probably get a PS4 Pro depending on the situation and the upgrade. Like, if it's 30 frames on the standard and 60 on the Pro, I'm gonna get the Pro just to play. Because there's also some other games that I would like to experience with the Pro benefits that I don't get with my standard. So, depending on The Last of Us 2, maybe I'll get a PS4 Pro. How do you not hear the water splashing behind you?
Don't make a fucking sound. Hands up.
Is he?
You know a girl named Nora?
Sure, yeah.
Where is she?
In the hospital.
Where in the hospital?
They're
Is
clearing
that a
the other side.
PSP she's
She's
holding? Nice product placement, Sony. Oh, man.
Stop.
Why are you playing a PSP? Bro, she had a PSP in her hand. It's an apocalypse. You sitting there playing the PSP and you... That's crazy. This looks really good, though. I'm excited, even more still.
Upstairs.
Hey, we get the job done.
Okay, we're still recording. Good. So far, good state of play.
Data soldier. It makes these shifts so much easier.
Sure. I'll keep that in mind.
Fuck. Sounds like scars are getting closer.
Hope that's our guys executing those freaks.
Hey, did you hear about it all getting called up to the fob?
I heard that Isaac wants us to retake all of downtown.
Took him out with that silencer on the barrel. Nobody heard a thing.
No way. Not after what went down last time. Even Isaac isn't that crazy.
That's what I heard.
All right, calm down.
Ah, shit. She's been detected. This game looks really good presentation-wise. I really hope this game is 60 frames. It does not look... It looks like it's 30 frames, but I might be wrong. Damn, she made some Chinese food with that Molotov. People mad about the dog. I don't give a fuck. It's a fucking dog in a game, man. People are way too sensitive these days sometimes, I swear, man. People are saying Ellie the dog murder. Man, get the fuck over it. It's a fucking virtual dog. You reload the checkpoint, the dog is alive again. It's not a big deal. Someone said hot dogs. Man. And then people are saying they downgraded. I don't see any downgrades to the graphics. People were just so like, get the fuck over yourself. You're not a fucking prophet. They downgraded the graphics. So the fuck what? If they did. It's the gameplay that makes the game, not the graphics. I'd rather have really good gameplay than good graphics.
No, over here! Drop her now!
Ellie's shanking these motherfuckers like they in prison, dog.
I found her!
Running and gunning. I like it. I like it. Damn, she shot out the animation. Straight headshots.
Damn it! Find another way off!
It looks really good. I mean,
That you, Nora?
now she's climbing through the vents. This is one of the things we couldn't do as Joel in part 1. This guy's playing Good Day. Wow. That's cool, man. I like how they implemented all of this real world stuff into the game. Like they had the girl with the Vita, and then they got the guy playing Ice Cube. This is dope. This is dope.
Don't scream.
This is a cutscene.
Put that shit down. You remember me? Yeah. You remember me.
Not bad. Captured on PS4 Pro. Okay, obviously. Well, I'm guessing that's the end of it. That was awesome. If you guys haven't checked it out, be sure to check it out. Definitely worth a watch. Some brand new things and mechanics that we have gotten to see. Like the swimming, the boat, the horse, you know, things that we were teased with in some of the trailers, but we actually get to see for the first time in live action gameplay. Dog killing for the first time. I think we've seen some dogs get killed, but I don't know if it was by a Molotov. This was the first time we've seen by a Molotov. And confirmation that we have brand new infected types that we have yet to see from these trailers, because they showed only one new infected type, and now we get to see that the runners are more aggressive. The new infected is very lethal. It can run up on you and puff clouds and kill you, and the clickers are basically the same old. It's just, it looks really good, man. It looks really good, and I'm very excited for June 19th. Can't wait to play the game. If you guys checked it out, let me know what you thought about it down below in the comments. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like and a thumbs up. Well, that's the same shit. Be sure to leave a like and, you know, stuff like that. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you don't. Either way, I don't care. Either way, I'm excited. And either way, I got more videos coming for you guys. So this is your boy, The Darkest Hair QB, aka The Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. And I will catch you ladies, gentlemen, and germs later.